So March 4th, 1999, PlayStation teased and I quote, I think Dreamcast did this too, 128-bit CPU architecture. Now, years later, when somebody reverse engineered the PS2, it was discovered that it was a 64-bit architecture, but it had co-processing that let it run like a 128-bit architecture, which in itself is still impressive, and I'm not entirely certain if that still counts as 128-bit, given that it was all the same motherboard. I don't know. I don't make the rules. Right now, I am working on the Star Station console, which, by the way, just a quick fun fact here, the videos that I'm producing about it, and any ad revenue, or any revenue at all, is what's paying for R&D. I made mention of this on the WordPress, especially on the WordPress. But you are, without paying a dime, paying for its research and development. And I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, back to the point at hand. They advertised 128-bit architecture. Turned out to be 64-bit. That's why people think it's weird that we were at 128-bit at one point and suddenly the next computer afterwards was 64-bit. Hear me out. What if, for this console, and I have been researching how, deep research, I actually did 128-bit gaming, or CPU, architecture gaming, for gaming. Pause. What if, and most of this is inspired by PlayStation anyway, especially with using Linux or FreeBSD for firmware, or as part of the firmware. Because you have to understand, consoles back then were absolute units. That's also kind of the reason that console games are a little harder to rip. Not just because of heavy DRM, but because you needed the console to make most of that stuff run. Most consoles these days are just reused PC parts. I want a genuine console. Now, firmware, of course, is going to be, like I said, used for PC. But I want a genuine console. Let me also show you something else. Hold on. Controller, input. This is a basic template for the input map. Controller has 21 buttons. I don't necessarily remember how many combinations that would be. Feel free to do the math yourself, or look it up on Google. But 21 buttons to work with, including, and I had this idea, especially if I was playing, if I was playing something like a mech game or fighter pilots. LURU, which are these two triggers at the sides of the grip. But it will be truly unique. And that's what I want. Mm-hmm.